Hello, welcome back to the Marc Drouinaud Show, the tech show about hacking. Now, in this video, I'm going to cover why ChatGPT may or may not replace software engineers, because ChatGPT has been the talk of the town as some days now. Okay, so let's get right into it. So ChatGPT has impressed a lot of people because it does a good job of simulating human conversation and sounding knowledgeable. Developed by OpenAI, the creator of the popular text-to-image AI engine DALL-E, it is powered by a large language model trained on voluminous amounts of text scrapped from the internet, including code repositories.
No way!
It uses algorithms to analyze the text, and humans fine-tune the training of the system to respond to user questions with full sentences that sound like they are written by a human. But ChatGPT has flaws, and the same limitations that hamper its use for writing content also render it unreliable for creating code. Because it's based on data, not human intelligence, its sentences can sound coherent but fail to provide critically informed responses. It also repurposes offensive content like hate speech. Answers may sound reasonable but can be highly inaccurate. For example, when asked which of two numbers, 1000 and 1062, were larger, ChatGPT will confidently respond with a fully reasoned response that 1000 is larger.
That's weird.
OpenAI's website provides an example of using ChatGPT to help debug code. The responses are generated from prior code and lack the capability to replicate human-based QA, which means it can generate code that has errors and bugs. OpenAI acknowledged that ChatGPT sometimes writes plausible sounding but incorrect and nonsensical answers. This is why it should not be used directly in the production of any programs. The lack of reliability is already creating problems for the developer community. Stack Overflow, a question and answer website coders use to write and troubleshoot code, temporarily banned its use, saying there was such a huge volume of responses generated by ChatGPT that it couldn't keep up with the quality control, which is done by humans.
Damn!
Overall, because the average rate of getting correct answers from ChatGPT is too slow, the posting of answers created by ChatGPT is substantially harmful to the site and to users who are asking or looking for correct answers. Coding errors aside, because ChatGPT, like all machine learning tools, is trained on data that suits its outcome, in this case a textual nature, it lacks the ability to understand the human context of computing to do programming well. Software engineers need to understand the intended purpose of the software they're creating and the people who will be using it. Good software can't be built by cobbling together programs with regurgitated code. For example, ChatGPT cannot understand the
Hey y'all, come look at this.
ambiguity in simple requirements, although it is clear that if one ball just bounces and comes back but another bounces and then bounces again, the second ball has traveled further. ChatGPT struggles with its nuance. That nuance, oh that sounds smart, nuance. That nuance will be needed if these systems are ever to take over from developers. Pre-trained AI code generation also raises some legal questions with regard to intellectual property rights. It cannot currently distinguish between code that it is licensed in a restrictive or open fashion. This could expose people to licensing compliance risks if the AI borrows a pre-written line of code from a copyrighted repository. The problem has already prompted a class action lawsuit against a different OpenAI-based product called GitHub Copilot. We need humans to create the software people rely on, but that's not to say there couldn't be a place for AI in the software development. Just like automation is being used by security operations centers for scanning, monitoring, and basic incident response, AI could serve as a programming tool for handling lower level tasks. This is already happening to an extent. GitHub Copilot allows developers to use ChatGPT to improve their code, add tests, and find bugs. Amazon offers Code Whisperer, a machine language powered tool designed to help increase developer productivity using code recommendations generated by natural language comments and code in the integrated environment. And someone has created Visual Studio Code extension that works with ChatGPT. And one company is testing AI for developers. DeepMind, which shares a parent company with Google, released its own code generation tool dubbed AlphaCode earlier this year.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
DeepMind published the results from simulated evaluations in competitions on the Codeforces platform in Science magazine earlier this month under the headline Machine Learning Systems Can Program Too. Headline grammar aside, AlphaCode achieved an estimated rank within the top 54% of participants by solving problems that require a combination of critical thinking, logic, algorithms, coding, and natural language understanding. The abstract for the paper says the development of such coding platforms could have such a huge impact on programmers' productivity. It may even change the culture of programming by shifting human work to formulating problems, with machine learning being responsible for generating and executing codes. Machine learning systems are becoming increasingly advanced each day, however, they cannot think like human brain does. This has been the case for the past 40 plus years of study into artificial intelligence. While these systems can recognize patterns and increase productivity for simple tasks, they may not always produce code as well as humans. Before we let computers do code generation en masse, we should probably see systems like AlphaCode rank in the top 75% of participants on a platform like Codeforces. Although I fear this may be too much for such system, in the meantime, machine learning can help the simple programming problems in the future, allowing developers of tomorrow to think of more complex issues. At this point, ChatGPT won't be disrupting any field of technology, especially not software engineering. Concern about robots displacing programmers is vastly overstated. There will always be a task for developers with human cognition that can do that machines will never be able to do.
What?
So that's your answer. I mean, software engineers, you still have a place. But is there anything that you think I got wrong? I want to know your opinion. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell. I love you. Stay safe. See you on the next video.